And thank you for tuning in to another edition of Newsmaker Live with Laura. If it's Wednesday, it's Newsmaker Live, where we make your story our story. Trending in the news this evening. Hurrah for community policing. Community policing is a strategy of policing that focuses on police building ties and working closely with members of the communities. At no other time was this more evident than at the capturing of the alleged perpetrator of the brutal slaying of Sophia Delia Charles Didier. James Bretney was formally charged on Friday by the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, principally through assistance of the public. However, what would be interesting to note is the relationship between Bretney and law enforcement. Is he a known individual to them? How many times had he been arrested and bailed? What kinds of offenses were he charged with? Was he at the time of his arrest on bail for a similar offense? Many times we blame the police for shoddy investigatory work, but we timidly question the judiciary, the court system, the laws which allows for a magistrate to exercise his or her personal judgment when granting bail for various offenses, and oftentimes from magistrate to magistrate, the judgment is quite disparate. It begs the question, therefore, are these magistrates furnished with past offenses awaiting judgment when repeat offenders are brought before them? Because I find it very difficult to understand why a person who has committed an offense against another person would be granted bail. Everybody is entitled to be granted bail, be brought a second time and still be granted bail for similar type offenses, to be released again to commit an offense a third time, causing the death of another human being. So it begs the question, are the police really supported by its safety nets, or is somebody dropping the ball? But I must say this time, kudos to the women of St. Lucia who turned out in large numbers to protest the dastardly act by James Bretney. So you see, Rick, there is hope after all. We are standing up. We are speaking out. Dredging issues. In 2013, WASCO was issued a 66.15% rate increase, which included a 10.43% dredging fee. This final tariff determination notice of 2013 expired on August 31st, 2015. However, the National Water and Sewage Commission, NWSC, is currently reviewing the water and sewage company's request for an extension. This in and of itself is not an issue. However, my question is this: why would you wait until the tariff has expired to request an extension? And moreover, in an era when transparency is the buzzword of the day, can we expect to see a discontinuation of the tariff this month? And if WASCO knew that it intended to seek a continuation, why, in the spirit of transparency, did it not come to the public and articulate its intentions? To my mind, the more things change, the more they remain the same. Stranded. We have heard from at least one set of St. Lucians who was stranded in Dominica after the passing of Tropical Storm Erica, who through the assistance of the Martinique government have returned home frazzled, grateful, angry, regretful, and helpless are all words used to describe the ordeal. I would like to personally congratulate, however, Michael Joseph of Labrie for his demonstrated bravery in executing the rescue effort of the Dollar Factor show. We hope and pray that there are many more St. Lucians. We hope and pray that there are no more St. Lucians, rather, in peril in Dominica, and that all effort has been made to extract any St. Lucian who may still be stranded in Dominica and who would like to return home. So school has reopened, and many first-timers started new chapters in their lives, whether in kindergarten, primary, secondary, or tertiary institutions. It is an exciting time, and no matter what level you, the students, are leaving or starting, just remember, every ending is a beginning, and every beginning opens up new vistas of opportunity. I am reminded of the theme of the Ave Maria graduating class this year. You can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. Just remember, to get anywhere you must climb. On your climb, you will meet some people who are ahead of you, and you will meet some people who are behind you. However, wherever you meet them, please remember to treat them fairly. Never allow anyone to make you doubt your worth or your ability. Use your hands to pull yourself up that ladder of success. Open your hands to release any negativity. Bullies use their words to belittle you, but your deeds and actions will show the world what you are truly made of and how your abilities can contribute to a better society, however small. For the parents, be there for your children. Listen to them. Be observant, for it is in those moments when we relax our guard and we take our eyes off of them that the seeds of doubt, negativity, and ill will are planted, watered, and nurtured. Remember too, it is not where they start that matters, but where they end that will matter in the final analysis. And while we celebrate new beginnings, alas, we mourn the passing of a 4-year-old student. Dead is 4-year-old preschooler from the greater Bexar area who lost his life as he dashed across the busy thoroughfare to meet his mom. My heart goes out to his mom and sister who had to watch in horror while their son and brother died right before their eyes. The taximan who inadvertently caused his demise. I can just imagine how terrible you must feel at that moment, knowing that you did not intend, that you tried your best to avoid, but yet still the worst that could happen to a human being happened. The bus driver who transported the student home for the very last time, and the Bexar community at large. My heart goes out to you. I happened to be on the scene shortly after the incident, and I couldn't imagine how I would feel had I been the one behind the wheel at the time. And meanwhile, while this is happening, we have yet another troubled youth who has succumbed to gun violence. Even as the police assures us that violent crime is on a decline. When will we get it, St. Lucia? When will we begin to care that a life is a precious, precious, precious commodity, and that we cannot continue, regardless of what anybody has done to you, to take lives with impunity, to take lives as if they mean nothing, to squash them as if there's so much of a bug, a fly, a mosquito being a nuisance in our lives. When will we care? When we come back, the scourge of suicide.